Hi, everybody. I'm here Sunday morning at the detention center on Mother's Day. Mother's Day at the detention center, and that's where I'm stuck today. And it is a drizzly, cloudy, ugly, horrific day out. So Mother's Day usually nice. That's the day you want to have the flowers blooming, the sun shining, the beautiful colors. Instead, we've got gray. We've got gray and bleak today. Um, so that's what we have, and that's what we have to contend with. So I'll be here. Oh, I don't know how long. I have to call my mom. Oh, it's Mother's Day, so I want to call my mom too. I want to end a little early so that I can call Mother Mayo. I think that's the first time in 12 years I've ever used that name, that phrase. So hello, Harold. Harold is the first person I see here today. And what can I say? Next week I will not be here. Thankfully, I will not have to be here on Sunday. Next Sunday I won't be. I should be at a record show. I hope the record fair. We'll see how that goes. Hello, Mike Wall, Jasper. What's going on? And yeah, it's the same old, folks. Nothing really to say. I need a haircut already. I hate haircuts. God, I hate haircuts. And we're getting there. We're getting to the point where you get these little side thingies. I got to tuck them behind my ears because they start sticking out. See? That kind of stuff. And over here, this crap over here. So we're getting there. Hello, Paul. Paul Messina. How the heck are you? And just getting my stuff ready here that I need. Charlie, how are you? And catching up on my videos. That's the thing to do. That's always a very important thing. Catch up on Mayo's videos. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. People watch older videos too. Why make them? Why have a library if people aren't going to tap into that library now and then? Still need a shave. Yeah, I'm a little vain about that. Yes, Gary Hunt. Hello. Yeah, you're gobsmacked that I've got to let it be on video. United Artists. Yeah. Yeah, that was expensive back in the day. Used $60 videotape used back in 1981. And let me tell you, that was $60 was a lot of money for a used videotape in 1981. I'd say it's still a lot of money for a used videotape in 2024. Spring Heel Jim, what's a good word? How am I? Just raring to go here. Somebody I knew would mention Roger Corman. Harold mentioned, did I like Roger Corman? Roger Corman died, producer director Roger Corman, something of a genius in his own right. Made a lot of movies, a lot of different movies, and he gave notoriety to many future stars in his films. I like Roger Corman. He died at 98 years old. God bless him. That's a nice ripe old age, boy. Hope he was not too sick. Hello, Cherry Carter. And I was debating whether or not I should make a Roger Corman rest in peace video for my movie channel. I still can, but I don't know what to say about the man. I mean, the man made hundreds of movies. There should be a lot to say about him. But Elementary Penguin, howdy. What's going on there? One of my favorite lyrics from the Beatles, Elementary Penguin, of John Lennon in particular. Hang on to that VHS. I doubt Disney will release Let It Be on any physical media. Well, I think it'll come out. I mean, I'm being somewhat optimistic there. I do think eventually we'll get some kind of physical media release. I'm not saying when. I don't know when. Can't predict when, but I would think we would. So looking forward to that when the day comes, let's say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I wouldn't count on Disney putting any extras on it if they do. But I already have. I don't have to. I hang on to the VHS tape, Jim, for nostalgic reasons. Like I've said before, that VHS tape of Magnetic Video, 1981. That's the first piece of physical media I ever owned. As far as movies go, first VHS tape movie I ever owned. Did they bring Get Back out on DVD? I thought they did. No. I'll tell you, Cherry, I don't know. Did Corman do it, Attack of the Crab Monsters? I don't know if that was one of his. I really don't. The movie is a movie. I think you're talking about Attack of the Crab Monsters. I think. You know. So, mm, Roger Corman, dead at the age of 98. I thought he was already passed on. To tell you the truth, I didn't realize. So there's the rest. Elementary Penguin gives the rest of the lyrics with his name. Tom Magnani, come on up, Tom. Make this a day to help me out a little bit. I know it's early for you, but anyway. Disney has a deal with Sony to distribute their future films on Blue, DVD, 4K, starting with the new Omen film. Now that you mention it, I had heard that they're getting a little more liberal with their movie releases, but I didn't know, how liberal. Hopefully, Tom, you'll be able to do. Do you know this early date if you'll be able to be on the movie show on Wednesday? Because it'd be good to do that. I might as well mention since Tom Hunyadi's here, it reminds me that we have a Talk More Talk show tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, live. Check out Talk More Talk. That's going to be a good show. We're going to be having Ken Womack with us as our guest, and we're going to be discussing Let It Be, the new Let It Be. Hello to DJ Moreno. What's going on? Whoops, what happened? Oh, what's that? I almost lost. Okay. You think things are bad now? Just read this. I don't know. I can't link here. Oh, I just read about the manure. Thank you for that manure report. Okay. So anyway, Tom's getting ready for work. Oh, Mother's Day. Yeah. It's going to be a crazy day at the restaurant. Well, good luck with that, bud, because I know it's going to be tough. I mean, I'm here, but for Mother's Day, but I know the drive home is going to be insane traffic. I know that. Have I seen Hands of the Ripper, the Hammer film? Yes, I own Hands of the Ripper. I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember liking that one. Don't remember a lot of particulars about it, specifics about it. Oh, Dino says, "I love you, Joe." Woo-hoo. I love you, Joe. Well, anyway, love you, man. I always that's what that's what I say. Love you, man. Thank you, Dino. That's a sweet thing to say. All right, I know you love Danny too. I hope Danny comes up here. But as I've said, if anybody wants to know why Danny has not been up here, I talked to him. He's been sick. He's been coughing a lot. He doesn't really want to cough through his live stream, is what he told me. So that's why Danny is not here lately on these live streams. Talk more talk rocks. I've got a Hammer House of Horror box set somewhere. I'm going to have to dig that out. I know I've seen those. I never had them. I never had. I think there's more than one. I think. When it comes to Mother's Day, it's better to celebrate the day before or after, if possible. Yeah, my mom is still with me. I mean, she's in Florida. I mean, she's alive. My mother is 83. She'll be 84 at the end of the year. You know, born at the end of the year. And I want to be sure to call her. I want to stop this live stream a little earlier than usual. Hopefully, I want to be able to speak to her. Well, maybe I don't. Maybe around 11. We'll see. So that's how that goes. And Spring Hill Jim totally forgot about Mother's Day. So there you go. Yeah, it's just too busy on Mother's Day. Yeah, it is. It is. It is, and it's a miserable day today, weather-wise. Here, God, I always remember Mother's Day being pretty warm and sunny and flowery. Not today. Mm-mm. There we go, Woodland Goblin. Happy Mother's Day to Joe. Well, to my mom, but I'm not a mother. Some people think I'm a mother, but not me. Yeah. Hi, James Farley. Hi, James Farley. Good to see you. But the song "Mother" by John Lennon is a true masterpiece. Yeah, it is. Even with all that screaming at the end. But Charlie wants to know what's the theme. Well, we're talking about the Let It Be restoration. We're going to talk about Let It Be on Talk More Talk tomorrow night, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live. Be there. The song "Mother" by Mr. T is a masterpiece. I'm afraid you got me on that one, Tom. I don't know that. Yeah. By the way, did you answer the question if you're able to make it Wednesday night on the movie show, or do you not know yet? Or I forget unless I missed your answer. What's your favorite comedy show, Dino? You want to know? I like too many of them. I don't know where to begin. Comedy show. I don't know. The Odd Couple TV show. All in the Family TV show. King of Queens TV show. I guess. Oh, I'll know next week's schedule later tonight. I see. I see, said the blind man. I remember first listening to Plastic Ono Band. Me too. I was initially really shocked by My Mummy's Dead. Well, we talked about that, Tom and I. He said that was one of the worst John Lennon songs. I get it, it's not much to it and it's short and everything, but I think that's the brilliance of it. I think the brilliance of it is what you say, Spring Hill Jim. It's shocking and and the way it's recorded, so distant and sounds very ominous and cryptic. Woodland Goblin likes the show Family Ties. Not one of my favorites, but okay. Not a bad choice. Not a bad choice. Do you own a pair of Converse sneakers? I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Converse sneakers. I haven't owned a pair of sneakers since I was a kid. I only wear New Balance, black New Balance walking shoes is really what I've been wearing now for at least maybe close to 30 years, something like that. Yeah, I don't like the Love Boat show. That's a Spring Hill Jim is talking about the Love Boat, not one of my favorites. Dino wants to know how is Don. I saw him yesterday. Don, he smells like piss. This is how Don is. He's wearing the piss bag, the colostomy. I don't know if that's what it's called, colostomy bag, and he smells right now. And but he's Don. Don's the same. He's getting a little more frail, I think. And whenever I do the new record store video, the next upcoming record store reality video, there's some talk about his peeing smell and stuff. So And for those of you who like that sort of thing, especially if you're eating breakfast right about now. Yeah, my Don video. I did a Don video where I was buying records, and Don was in the store, and he said to me, "Oh, can you put one of those records back and give me a 20?" Get lost, Don. Peter Boothroyd. Is it a designer piss bag? No. Uh, with Don, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Would that be right, Joe? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. Hmm. Cheers. Got a little water dribble down the side. So, would I die of shock if Don ever got a job? I would be very shocked. I mean, Don, I told you Don's had job offers. He's refused them. He wants to be a bum, and that's what he stays. His own choice. Hi, Beetle Eddie. Did you see Kingdom of Planet of the Apes? Didn't see it yet. I hope to see it this week sometime. I don't know when. I hope it's still in the theater for the whole week. Should be. I used to talk to one of those street folk. He took to me, asked me to check his piss bag for him. He was in a chair, couldn't see it. If it was full, I ran away screaming. Oh, Cherry Carter, that is funny. That is funny. It's disturbing and sick too, but funny at the same time. Oh, yes. Astro Zombie says the mood has shifted drastically on Don. He was loved, and now he's not liked in lots of comments. Well, I've told you this about Don. I've told people this over the years. Oh, poor Don, poor Don. Yeah, poor Don, but he wants it his way. He's very picky. He doesn't take, sometimes he gets pissed if people give him money and it's only $5 instead of like 20, $30. He only eats foods that he wants to eat. If you give him food and he doesn't like it, he'll throw it away. If you buy him a gift and he doesn't like the gift, he's ungrateful. It's a Don. He's his own worst enemy, and he's not. People are realizing what I've said all along. That he's not like he's this really great, kindly old man. At times he is. He can be nice. Because the viewers can see through Don. He's clearly a bum by choice. It's true. But still, for some reason, myself and the people at the record store, we all like Don, and we do try to help him. You know, and back when I was working and I had more income, I'd give him regular handouts. Money, definitely. Good morning, Rocco. What's the good word? Well, I see Martin's here again, and I don't see his comments. I have to tell you, Martin, I have a little problem with that because I still can't see Martin's comments. And Martin, I don't know why you can't help me out with that and open a new account where I can see him. I don't mind Martin being here. I told him that. I invited him here. But if I can't see your comments, I don't think it's right. That kind of thing. So you're welcome here, but please, you know, I want to know what you said, what the guy's saying. I don't know what he's saying, what he's talking about. Whoa, there's a giant insect flying around in here. Huge. I don't know if it's a bee. Whatever it is huge. Damn. Where do these things come from, man? I'm not an insect fan, I'll tell you that much. It looks like a yellow jacket, a bee, but it's not the usual size. This thing is big, man. I don't know what the hell always got to be something. And it's weird because you can hear it's going up to the lights, and you can hear it like clinking into the lights, clank, clank. It's like it's that big. It's like leave me alone, man. Hello, Matchstick Man. Yeah, back to the detention hall. What is that thing? Oh God, it's gonna be. You might see some funny action if it comes over here. You might see me freak out. That thing is way too big. What am I gonna do about it? I think it's a wasp. Damn. Yeah, this might be a hornet. Damn it, how do I get rid of it? That's the question. Right now, it's just like hanging out in the light frame, the frame of the lights. How long do I know Don? I want to say since like I don't know, 2011 or something like that, maybe 2012, like that. I mean, I would open a window. There's windows here if I knew how to open the damn window. But uh, I see an old. This anyway. Here's a quote. Martin says, "I see an old video where Don is telling other homeless people to go die. He also denies being homeless. Yeah, that happens. Definitely happens." Hello, Elliot. Well, your name comes up there. I'm glad you said hi. It's Elliot because sometimes I don't know it's you, Elliot, by your handle. What you need to do is, if you want, you need to go into YouTube and change your handle to Elliot Queen, so I know it's you. So, Piccolina the cat, what's up? Funny, I heard buzzing in my home too 15 minutes ago, and I let it out with cardboard. It was a bumblebee. Well, bumblebees don't really bother you, but this thing is a hornet or something, I think. And hopefully it'll leave me alone, I tell you. But I hate these things, man. Right now, we got a few light fixtures up there in front of me, and right now, just hanging out on the light. I can see the wingspan spread of it, just hanging out. So if you stay there for another 2 hours, we'll be fine. But or 90 minutes, stay there another 90 minutes. Random thought. Honey Don't from the Beatles for Sale is one of Ringo's best Beatles vocals. It's all right. I'm not a big Honey Don't fan. It's okay. I like Ringo, but it's not one of my favorites. Honey Don't is just in the so bin. So for me, it's like, yeah, so. I always keep going up to keep my eye on that flying insect. Uh, so, oh, Beatles for Sale was the first record that Spring Hill Jim ever got, and that's why it's nostalgic for him. If you can, kill the wasp. Elliot's going to see Ringo at Radio City. Yeah, I don't have tickets, Elliot. Right now, I'm not going. If I decide to go, I'll try to get tickets like later. I'll try to get like the ticket from some ticket place. Hello, Jerome. What's going on? Good morning. The drums rock in every little thing. Well, every little thing is when he's playing another kind of drum. Is it timpani? I don't really. I don't know. I don't know instruments, but I know there's something different. Uh, ICM65 says, Joe, will you see the Stones later this month at MetLife? No, I won't. I was almost going to see the Stones because I like their Hackney Diamonds album so much. I figured I want to see them, but I didn't do it. I decided not to go. It is what it is. Uh, honey, don't. Uh, well, honey, don't. What live show would entice you to pay up? I tell you, at this particular time, Cherry, I'm done with live shows. There's nobody really I care to see anymore. Honestly, I would have thought the Stones might have enticed me, but overall, I just don't have an interest anymore. You know, what does it say? They're doing 3 songs from Hackney Diamonds, right? Hello, James. Good morning to you, James Garcia. Yesterday, I went to the record show in Wayne, New Jersey. Picked up a few items. Uh, I tell you, Elliot, you and I are very much alike. We're like East and West these days because I'm looking to stop buying a lot of Beatles records. Like I have in the beginning, I think already with a gatefold. I definitely have the gatefold in the beginning. And the flag. You're talking about the Japanese flag stamp issues. I don't know if that's what you mean. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, you're saying the same LP import pressing with the flag on it. I'm so done with that stuff. Tony Sheridan and the Beatles. I tell you, folks, really, like collecting's changing somewhat. Uh, well, I think that Woodland Goblin is trying again to stir me up. He says Ringo drums are especially good in the 2022 stereo mix of Revolver. And you know full well, I think Giles Martin did a crappy job with that album, especially for She Said, where you can't even hear Ringo's drums. So there you go. I saw the Stones in 2018, and they were great. Read reviews of the same tour; they had very mixed reviews. Laureen Smith Arena, am I the only one that wished they used a single version for Let It Be video? I didn't even watch the Let It Be video. This is great. I'm not buying Beatles imports anymore with Tony Sheridan. I haven't seen Let It Be video. I don't care. Isn't it amazing? Some fan I am. No, but it's just getting like that. Getting very expensive to go to concerts these days. It turns into work, parking, traffic, etc. And nobody I want to see anymore. What can I tell you? I'm done. I've seen everybody I want to see. I think there's going to be an ABBA third hologram show in Melbourne, Australia. Okay, just purchased Let It Be DVD on Etsy. The Woodland Goblin has to throw in to try to irritate me more. Joe, the Tony Sheridan stuff is great, fun stuff. I'm just saying I don't need to have 100 different incarnations of the vinyl anymore. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say anything about whether it's fun stuff or great or not. Uh, Also, Elliot picked up a T-shirt album with Paul McCartney and the Crickets, an import pressing of Lane, like Eddie Lane. Okay, nowadays I enjoy seeing cover bands for free in the park in the summer. Do you think Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is about LSD? Or do you believe Lennon's story? Well, anyway, it's stupid because John Lennon, if it was about drugs, he would tell you it was about drugs. I believe that it had something to do with it, but the title, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds," the title of the song, is from Julian's drawing that he did and took home, and his friend Lucy in school, and he called it. Julian said it's "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds." John was inspired and wrote the song. Now, if you want to say there's some druggy, I believe there's some druggy, I can't think what the word is, descriptions in there. I believe Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds has some drug related imagery. That's the word I'm looking for. Drug related imagery in there. But I don't think that the title has anything to do with drugs. Oy vey. Good morning, Beetle Jab. What's up? I'm nursing a bad head cold. I hope it doesn't stick around as long as yours did. I hope not either, for your sake, because mine was almost a month. And it wasn't a head cold. Well, it was partly head cold. Just announced free concert, da 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 da, with Peter Noon, Herman's Hermits, Gary Puckett, and Union Gap. Concert is on May the 30th. I'll probably be seeing Pulp Fiction that day at the theater around here. What do I think about you two? I like about 4 or 5 songs of theirs. That's about all I think of you two. But you know, and by the way, back to that Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds thing, Eddie. If you're still listening, Julian also confirmed that story about his friend Lucy and the picture and all. I'm gonna put another link up here again. I think I will. I'm going to see the Rolling Stones at Giant Stadium. Somehow I knew you would. Elliot, I thought you would. You two were labeled the next Beatles. Oh my God! And that also came on. It's 158 people, groups that have been named the next Beatles or the new Beatles. That has been happening since the Bay City Rollers in 1975. Hello, Scott. Scott Seinheim. What's up? Do you think we'll see the anthology series on Disney Plus? I have no idea, my friend. I have no idea. Do I think we will? Do I say yes? Yes, I think we will, or no, I don't think we will. I have no knowledge of any of that. My 4 big shows for the summer are the Stones, John Fogerty, Willie, Dylan, and Plant, and Ringo. I'm also anthology now. Everybody's like, "Oh, the new anthology's coming. Oh, we're gonna get a new anthology. Oh boy." Anthology's already great as it is. Maybe I guess it can't hurt on the sense that it'll interest more fans, maybe get newer newbies interested all over again in the Beatles, you know. Charlie Welch asked me, when am I going to revisit my Beatles collector? Actually, we have an appointment um in like a week or something around a week, maybe if it goes the way I plan. We're supposed to get together again in about a week and make another video. So hopefully that pans out, and hopefully you'll see a video again about the rare Beatles collectibles unboxings. What will he unbox next? That's the mystery. Do you like Judy Garland? Did you follow her career after the Wizard? I've never followed her career at all, Judy Garland. And I don't dislike Judy Garland. I don't love Judy Garland. She's all right. What's my favorite 45 that I own? I can't. Nothing springs to mind. I'd have to really think a while, and if I think too much, I'll miss all the other questions while I'm engaged in deep thought. I'd have to really consider my entire collection, and that's not easy. Would be nice if they expand the anthology series and include Now and Then and other unreleased demos and outtakes. Well, we'll see. If they're going to re-release anthology all over again, I hope there's some extra bells and whistles. Lila, I haven't seen you in a while. And let's see what you were writing today. We see McCartney wearing glasses in photos revolver sessions. I wonder if he really needed them. Or were they for show? I got to think they were for show. I got to think that. I have never seen the Sherlock Holmes parody with Gene Wilder. Too bad you never built out the Led Zeppelin collection. That was going to be the next rabbit hole a couple of years ago for you. I don't think it was. I don't think. I don't know if Led Zeppelin for me, Woodland was ever going to be a rabbit hole to go down. It's funny though. I do want to make sure I get a complete collection of all of Zeppelin's albums. I don't have every one of them, but I have most of them. Do I own any Liberace in my records? No, and may I never own any Liberace. That's not true. Paul did not get Eleanor Rigby from a tombstone. He supposedly got it from a sign on the shop, Rigby. I think he got Eleanor from Eleanor Braun. I think Eleanor Braun was in Help, and I think Rigby was from the name of a shop. Uh, then later on, it turned out that he found out there was an Eleanor Rigby, or somebody found there was an Eleanor Rigby tombstone, but that had nothing to do with it. It was a coincidence. At least that's what I understand. And yes, Woodland, I was thinking of the same thing you are. Liberace, better known as Libacraci. Absolutely. In all your video content on your channel, do you have a favorite that you often rewatch? No, I mean, once in a while I'll rewatch some of my own videos, but I wouldn't say there's one that I rewatch more than others or anything like that, you know. So, oh, that's right, the movie with Gene Wilder's called The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, Smarter Brother, right? In the history of music, when you say the '60s were the most prolific and historical, I don't know about the most prolific. Maybe the most prolific. I think that the '60s were the best music. '60s and '70s were the best music. Do you have any Pink Floyd in your collection? Yeah, I do, or used to. I mean, I used to have the wall. Dark Side of the Moon. I don't think I've ever actually owned the damn thing, but I got to change that. Gotta have Dark Side of the Moon. That's a good album. Great album. Yeah. Well, Paul has said he never knew about the Eleanor Rigby tombstone. Right. Well, that's what I heard. Dave Pounds says, I watched Let It Be last night on my cousin's home theater system. They did a great job restoring the music. Very good. The name came from Eleanor Braun, who was in Help. Well, I know what I thought. Uh-oh. That thing just flying around. I heard it. Meow. I heard it close to my head. Hey, look, get out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. I could try to kill the thing, but if I do, I miss it. Forget it. Has Anthony ever seen a live band in concert? Yes, he has. I went to see Paul McCartney and Ringo with him. Um, did you watch House of Frankenstein last night? Oh yes, on Svengoolie. I saw House of Frankenstein last night. Wow, this thing is hovering over my head now. It wasn't before. Um, yeah, I love House of Frankenstein. I love those old Universal monster movies. Man, it wasn't coming close to me. Now it is. Anyway, and I saw House of Frankenstein last night. I love it. Anyway, uh, is there a video that you've done that you're most proud of the editing you did on it? I can't think of one. Oh my God, this thing is right on top of me. This is funny. Oh God, get out of here, you. You know, how am I gonna get it out of here? I have to shut the camera off and take the 10 to this. Um, I can't think of one. You know, editing that I did. I don't know, some of I guess any of the Beetle Fest videos where I show you a recap of the video, that's probably the best editing I do. Joe, are you glad though that Eleanor Rigby was fixed in stereo in the 2022 remix? Yeah, I like that. Eleanor, often when I say that I like Revolver, yes, I like what they did with Eleanor Rigby on Giles did with the Eleanor Rigby on the new Revolver. However, I was happy with it from the 1999 Yellow Submarine song track compilation as well. And you know, I'm not going to play the 2022 Giles Martin. Eleanor Rigby is not. Let me repeat that. Not my go-to copy. So I will never, even if I like Eleanor Rigby on the 2022 Revolver, it's not my go-to copy. Never will be. What smell do you love? What smell do you hate? I actually like the smell of gasoline. You know, some people don't like the smell of like when you know at the gas station, the gasoline. I do. I know some people like it. You know, what smell do I hate? Marijuana. There you go. And I can hear that thing buzzing from here. It's a freaking hornet. Oh my God. It's right by my head. I can hear it. I don't know where it is though. This sucks. Jeez, I don't know how to get it. I can't. If I miss that thing, it'll sting me, and I don't have anything to kill it with. Yesterday, Elliot picked up the Bad News Bears soundtrack, one of his favorites. I can't concentrate with this thing flying around, folks. It's buzzing loud, and I can't concentrate. Has a friend ever shown you something and you had to pretend to be impressed? Or did you say you were not really keen? I get that all the time. There's nothing worse than when somebody's showing you stuff. You're like, oh, nice. Ah, great. I should make a rant video about that. It happens all the time. Can you think of the hardest video you've ever done in terms of editing or content? Well, anything that's long, like the Beetle Fest videos, you know. I think the longest videos I've made are like things like that, like the recap of a Beetle Fest. Maybe it runs 45 minutes long. Anything that's long, it takes a lot of editing. A long time is probably the toughest. Do you hear that buzz at all, any of you? Honestly, get out of here. It's going fast too. I can't keep up with it. I wish this thing would land on a table or something, but it won't. Yeah, well, I don't know how because this thing I can't get high in the ceiling enough, for this. It's easier to I like that. It's easier to kill a fly than it is to turn it loose. Whoa! Get out of here, wherever you are. Damn, guys. Damn it! I would open a window if I knew how. This is terrible. I gotta get out of here. Well, I'm shutting the camera off for a moment. I just don't. I gotta think if I can open a window. I don't really want to. That is a freaking hornet or wasp or something. That's what it is. It's a wasp. I don't know. I don't even know how to open a freaking window. Get the fuck out of here, will you? Oh man, this is becoming a funny comedy. I don't have anything. I have books here. Whoa, get out of here! But I can't. Man, that thing is loud. It is loud. Uh, I wish I could. I wish I could like get a swatter or something. That thing. I can't. I can't do this live stream, folks. I'm telling you. You know, it's getting closer, and I can't concentrate. Bastard. I always say, I don't appreciate like any kinds of vermin coming into the house or where you are. They don't belong inside with you. Whether it's bugs, whether it's rats or mice, they don't belong in here. Can you open the door and let it run away? Well, what I could do is, but it's not going over there. It's hanging out by the light and by the windows. I could open the hallway door, where the hallway is, and maybe it'll go out the hallway. At least this is entertainment for y'all. But anyway, uh, well, what about the original? Having not seen the new Let It Be, does it still leave you in a miserable mood at the finish? The original film never left me in a miserable mood because the rooftop concert always made up for it. Always felt good after the rooftop concert. And the new one does. I still say the new Let It Be seem. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like an unpleasant experience anymore. Oh shit! I got to try to kill that thing. And hold on, folks. This is going to be fun. Maybe you can hear me. I'm going to walk away now. I'm getting up. Maybe you'll hear me talk. Maybe you won't. I'm going to try to get this thing. All right. Ah, the problem is it's way too high up there, and I'm not tall enough to do this. I got a heavy book in my hand, but I don't know. It's. I need this thing to get out of my face, man. Stand on a chair. Get ready, folks. Get ready, folks. This is it. This is it. Ugh. Get out of here, you bastard. I think I got it. I think. Ah! Actually, maybe not. I still hear it. Anybody hear that? I tell you, it's weird. Did you hear the bang? I did. I stood on a chair. I put the chair up, took a book, a soft cover book, bam, against the window. I don't hear it that much if I hear it at all. Hey, so some people, I'm sure there's some people out there that are like, oh, he heard his living thing. It's like, look, man, Hornets nothing to play around with, man. They can freaking kill you, buzz you, sting you. It's done. It's killed. But I always wonder. This is a time to wonder. And by the way, I'm on here for 51 minutes and nobody has come up here. Come on, man. Anyway, and I always wonder, the Bible, the Lord says, thou shalt not kill. You're not supposed to kill. Thou shalt not kill. You notice it doesn't say, do not kill people. It says, thou shalt not kill, period. Did you ever think about that? Yeah, I was talking about Danny. He's been sick. Yes, he's still sick. So, uh, I think it's dead. I don't know where it went to, but anyway. So anyway, okay, it's 10 o'clock. Dusty spins. Hello, Dusty. I'm going to put this in the audio jack because that helps later on. Not be killed, it means when it says thou shalt not kill, you know? But that's what Woodland says. Well, Woodland, what are you, God? I mean, I guess you're giving me your opinion, what you think it means, right? A friend of mine had a wasp sting on his big toe while wearing sandals, and there was such a reaction that he had to go to the doctor for minor surgery to cut away some of the skin. When was the last time I got public transport? Can't remember. The correct translation is thou shalt not murder. All right, I'm on here for 53 minutes, almost an hour. Nobody's up here with me. Come on, man. That's the idea of it. The idea of it, man. It's 10 o'clock, for God's sake. People got to be up by now, you know? If I wanted this to be a catch up with Mayo Q&A, that's what I would have done. But anyway. Uh, yeah. Yep. So anyway, am I desperate enough to have Melody up here? Hey, Melody. Yeah, I don't know. But it is what it is. I did not see the Dan Rather and Ringo interview. And again, is this a brand new interview? Because there was a Dan Rather interview with Ringo a few years ago that I didn't see either. I missed that one as well. So. I'm sick of Ringo being asked the same old questions, tired questions, boring. I agree, and I'm tired of all too being asked the same old ones. Do you think there will ever be an item release to match the All Things Must Pass Deluxe Crate release? I don't know about that. I doubt it. I think that All Things Must Pass Uber Box Crate thing was probably the last of its kind. There he is, Darren Gamble. What's going on, Darren Gamble? It's the same with Paul with the questions. Yes, it is. It certainly is. Same old, same old. Absolutely. Should I put up the link again to invite people? I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my finger in the way, paste, and I'm going to put it up again. The link. There it is. Darren, why do you say you miss me? I'm here. I'm here every day. I don't think you know what when you miss somebody, you know what that means? Is pizza still banned from the record store? Well, we've been eating it anyway, whether it's banned or not. We've been eating it. Always the same questions. They're in the room. I have a chance to ask Paul McCartney questions. It's the same old. Me and George went walking on. Oh, John said couldn't get much worse. It's always the same thing. It is. It's always the same old, same old. Boy, that Hornet isn't making much noise now. Uh, Woodland says his favorite foods are pizza and Oreos. What did I have today again up here? Yes, I did. I ate my salad. This is the remainder of it. It's a chef's salad. I ate most of it, but I had tomatoes, I had hard boiled egg, tomatoes, and some meat and cheese in here. And I ate some of the lettuce too. Yeah, I was thinking of that. You know, Cherry, I was thinking of the Wasp Woman. I love that movie. I was thinking of the Wasp Woman as I thought of the Wasp. Uh, Mayo will soon interview Ringo and Paul. From your lips to their ears. I'll give Ringo and Paul a good interview. No Beatles questions. Ringo will just talk about your solo career. If you're interested, a 40-minute called Legend of Hombre Lobo as a homage to Paul Nashi. Well, I'm familiar with Paul Nashi and those horror movies from Spain. Absolutely. I did eat the greens. You know, Woodland, you think you know what the hell you're talking about? I ate a lot of the salad, but there was more salad. I didn't eat all of the salad, but I ate some of the salad, some of the lettuce. No, I have no. Clint Eastwood does nothing for me. Never has. Well, Joe, if I ever had a chance to interview Paul Ringo, what are some of the questions I would ask? I'd have to think about it. I really would. I'd have to spend a couple of days thinking about it, and I would not ask them the same old questions. That's why I would have to think about it. No, I did not just have the egg and the meat. You know, Will, I'm thinking of blocking your ass because you are a pain in the butt. And I remember somebody else once told me, you know, you let Woodland stay, he's always busting your chops. It is true. It is true. I don't mind a little bit, but you just get ridiculous. Um, I guess you're getting the same treatment like Paul. People asking the same questions. How does it feel? I just told somebody that yesterday. I had a discussion with somebody. I'll tell you who I discussed it with. Rob Leonard. Some of you will know Rob Leonard, and some of you won't. He does a radio show for 40 years, well, Beatles songs. Anyway, and I met him yesterday, and we talked. And one of the things we talked about were the questions. I get the same questions all the time. Yeah. Yeah, Danny does it too. It's right. That's no excuse. You're supposed to be. You've been following me for many years here, and you're supposed to be like one of my favorite viewers or whatever. You just bust my chops. That's all you do, man. It gets tiring after a while. Well, Ringo, a lot of people think that. Yeah, most people are only interested in his life from 62 to 70, Ringo thinks. Not true. Alan, hello. He saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes yesterday. My son and I really enjoyed it. Great storyline, very entertaining as well. Well, I do hope to get to it, while it's in the theaters, and I don't know what day it's going to be. Uh, I don't know because I don't know. My girlfriend's off Monday and Tuesday. We might wind up going one together one of those 2 days. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, yeah, I would say that John Wayne is one of the great cowboys way before Clint Eastwood, way before. If I was going to pick one, I'd pick John Wayne well over Clint Eastwood. Yeah. So, what am I going to have for lunch today? I have no idea now. I just ate my salad stuff for breakfast. Well, like I said, Joe F., you're asking me again a second time. Well, what questions you would ask Paul and Ringo as a possible talk agenda item. I have to think about it. Some of these questions that people ask. They're not just snap lightning answers. There's things that I got to think about, and this is no time to do that because it takes too long. When I have a lot of questions, I got to keep up with. What's my favorite Ringo interview? I got tons of Ringo interviews. Again, I don't know. Okay. There's tons of Ringo interviews, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, thousands. Ringo confirms the first U.S. visit film too. Well, that's interesting because somebody told me at the Beatle Fest, somebody on the side, I won't say who, told me that there's going to be another reworking of the first U.S. visit film this year, and Ringo confirmed it. There you go. And Ringo's got a new country album slated for October now. I wonder why John Lennon didn't whatever wore glasses on stage, but Buddy Holly did. Well, all I know is that Buddy Holly gave John a little more courage to wear his glasses where he didn't want to wear them before, but he thought he saw Buddy Holly wear them, so it was cool. What ingredients should be in a healthy salad? Yeah, I don't know. Some kind of meat. I like cheese, chicken, and eggs, like that. My all-time favorite movie. I've been asked this. That's another question I've been asked a million times. Um, you know, my favorite movies are not necessarily the best movies. But stuff like Ben-Hur, Jaws, The Sting, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman from the old days. Those are like among my favorite movies. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, everybody, for watching. By the way, I see we've had over 70 people here. Please hit the like button. You know, hit the like button. It helps me. It helps get the traffic here. Um, The country album by Ringo. Now he's saying October maybe. Imagine if the Beatles were around when the MTV Unplugged was the trend. That would have made an interesting set list. Yeah, I think so. That is interesting. Joe, is your eye still bothering you? Not right at the moment, but at times it does. At times my eyes itch and they get a little watery, and I got to look into that. Still haven't looked into it. Probably dry eye, you know. Is Dolly Parton on Ringo's new country album? As he and Paul appeared on her last record. I really have no idea. I haven't heard a thing about whether Dolly Parton is part of the country album. Uh, what's your favorite Boris Karloff movie? Favorite and best are two different things, but I'm going to say The Body Snatcher. I don't expect Dino to go look it up, but there's a movie from 1945 called The Body Snatcher. And that's not the science fiction film Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I still remember as an 8-year old seeing that opening scene of Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. It's a great opening scene, the grave robbers. Absolutely. That is a great opening scene. Very, very effective, especially then. What is the weather like today? It's very drizzly and rainy and gray and ugly. When filming Bride of the Gorilla, that's one that a lot of people don't know. I know it. With the Raymond Burr, took a quick disliking to Lon Chaney Jr. Plus, did you know that Lon enlisted to fight in the war but was declined? I think I did hear something like that. Does Caitlin Larkin have inside info? I don't know. I didn't get my info from Caitlin Larkin, though. Info that I was told by someone, I won't say who, that they have a restoration and more footage of the Beatles' first U.S. visit for this year, 1964. If they were going to do it, they should have had it ready for February, but whatever. Maybe by the end of the year. And that's supposed to be a big project. More footage and more restoration and more for that. You do a good job answering the questions given to you here. Some of them are very hard to answer on the spot. And it's amazing that you can answer most of them in a short and sweet way. Well, sweet, that's nice of you to say, Art. I don't know if I'm always sweet about it. But, oh, I know what you mean. Short and sweet. Not sweet like sweet. You mean short and sweet. Sorry. God. But hello, Tom Green. Good morning. Uh, oh, did you ever listen to any more? No, Pennsignal albums. No, never did. Uh, I remember showing one or two on your channel. I don't think I did. I don't know what we're talking about. Well, what's your favorite time of the day to eat? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? I'm a lunch fan. Lunch is my favorite meal of the day because that's when I don't know. I don't know. That's when you have sandwiches and things. That's true, James Grassi. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman is the movie that got Paul Naschy, the Spanish horror star, interested in horror. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, absolutely, and particularly in the character of the Wolfman, of the werewolf. Uh, what would you rather have, an hour-long talk with Paul McCartney or a romantic dinner date with Raquel Welch in her prime? Um, I would rather have an hour-long talk with Paul over a romantic dinner date with Raquel Welch in her prime. However, if you ask me, would I rather have an hour talk with Paul McCartney or an hour in bed with Raquel Welch during her time? I pick the hour in bed. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, talking to Paul for an hour, maybe. Did I know about the discount at Regal Cinema for Tuesdays? Yeah, I know there's a discount on Tuesdays. Yes, I know that. Yes. Tim Madone says the last Frankenstein movie I watched was The Frankenstein Theory. I don't think I know that. Elvin, actually, Joe, the True America tour started August 19th to September 20th, 64. February 64 was an introduction. Okay. Ringo once described the Beatles as three frustrated drummers and him. I think I've heard that, and I think he said every time his back was turned, one of the other Beatles would jump on the drum kit. I think I remember hearing him say that. You know, so no, that's never going to happen, Lila. No, no, it's okay. No, no, that would never happen. Believe me. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman has one of my favorite opening scenes. Yeah, that's what scared the heck out of me as a kid. It's a great opening scene. It's still very strong. Two grave robbers at night go into a cemetery and break into the grave of the Wolfman and steal jewelry. And the moonlight comes through the window and turns him into the Wolfman in the coffin. Yeah, it's a pretty scary scene. That wasp is dead for sure. I think so. I don't hear it. I don't see it. It's dead. I think it's on the windowsill. There's like a when I when I say windowsill, I'm talking about a high up windowsill. There's a window high up. I think it just fell on the ledge. I can't see it. You get asked this a lot. You might get asked this a lot, Philip says, but what was the last new horror film you saw that you thought was good? Probably Saw 10, Saw X. What turns you off a horror film? Stupid silliness where they don't take it seriously enough, or they make the horror into a sort of like comedy. They don't take the subject seriously. Like an American Werewolf in London is stupid. It's a stupid movie. You know. Return of the Living Dead. Brains, brains, brains. Stupid. Comical. Well, the romantic date with Raquel could end with you skipping dessert and taking a taxi to the hotel for a session. I want the whole hour to be that, at least an hour. Uh, I'm not sure if you already mentioned this. What are your impressions of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? I haven't seen it yet, so I hope to see it sometime this week. And hopefully, I will make a video of it on my movie channel. What was the last horror film that you walked out of the theater on? Can't remember that. I don't remember walking out of a horror film. I remember walking out of the John Belushi film called Wired about the life of John Belushi. That was a terrible movie. I walked out on that. I think. Yeah. Would you be like Lennon when he met Bardot? Lost for words, starstruck. Uh, I just would jump in. I would jump in head first with Raquel. No shyness. Um, I don't think I've ever actually walked out of the pictures, but I have fallen asleep a couple of times. I think I fell asleep on Dr. Detroit. Um, I don't like horror films that show too much. The human imagination makes the special effects the best special effects. I prefer movies that you use your imagination. I prefer older horror movies. That said, occasionally I do. I'm perfectly okay with letting my hair down, checking my brain at the door, and watching just visual horror movies too. Um, so Do you go to the cinema in the afternoons because it's quieter, or do you go when it's busy and noisy to share the experience? When I was younger, I liked to see movies at night with other people. These days, I rather go when it's quieter. You know, the exception is if I'm going to see an old movie being brought back. If I'm going to see Jaws being brought back to the cinema for an anniversary, which I'd have, then I'd like it to be there to be people in there. If I'm going to see, a retro movie, I like it to be people in there. Tim walked out on Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I almost walked out of Caligula, a little more than I was prepared for at a young age. Yes, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, Roger Corman has died at the age of 98. He's pioneering independent producer and the king of B movies. I think it's a great. I was going to say it's a great loss, but he was 98 and hasn't been doing movies lately. But he was very big, yeah, in my life. I should really make a video of him, and I may not, or I may. Here's a tough one for you, Joe. An hour in bed with both Raquel and Natalie Wood together. Oh my God, two of the hottest brunettes you'll ever see. Good God. Or a casual friendship with McCartney for the rest of your life. Can I have some time to think about that one? Can I have like a week to think about that? I don't know, man. I might pick Raquel and Natalie together. I don't know, man. I don't know. Elvin wants to know, is the second installment of Mike's Beatles collection unboxings coming soon? Yeah. I'm supposed to meet him in a week or so. We have tentative plans to meet in about a week to do the next video. We're gonna try to do at least one a month, maybe two a month. So Ted Bundy biopic. Are you slowly getting rid of your movies or DVDs as you are doing with your vinyl? No, not really. I mean, I haven't gotten rid of movies. If it turns out, I mean, some of the DVDs I'm upgrading to Blu-rays, but not really get rid of. Am I interested? I got an itch now in my back. I need Lila to scratch my back. Lila, would you scratch my back, please? Any interest in UFO movies, 50s onwards? Not interested in UFOs, really, or UFO movies. Nah. I don't know about that. Tim says Roger Corman and I talked many times on Facebook. He told me once he had 59 cents to make The Beast with a Million Eyes, and he brought it in for 25 cents. He probably was being tongue in cheek with that, right? Not literal. I actually walked out on Give My Regards to Broad Street. My date hated the Beatles, and I knew that film wasn't going to change her mind. You know what? Get rid of her, man. I'll tell you that. Yeah, aside from the Omega Man, one of my favorite movies of all time is the Omega Man. I should have mentioned that earlier. Have you seen the other two movies, I Am Legend and The Last Man on Earth? Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price. I like it. I don't love it. I like it. And I Am Legend. I hate it. And it has nothing to do with Will Smith. I thought Will Smith was very good in the role of I Am Legend, but I didn't like the way they used CGI to render the the bad guys, the monsters. That was ridiculous. I like the unboxing video. He has a ton of interesting things, and the fact that he can't remember what most of these things are only makes it all the more interesting. That's part of the fun. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be doing a lot more of those. Any new Anthony videos and flea markets coming? Yeah. Well, I have nothing in the works right now, but I will be seeing Anthony from time to time, and we'll make new videos. And the flea markets, this summer will come out. We'll probably be at the flea market a lot more this summer. I'll be going there. So we just have to wait. But I expect to do those. Get the wasp to scratch your back. No, thank you. What's your favorite horror movie from 1962? I'm drawing a blank. I usually am very good with years, but I can't think of 1962. That's not a very good year for horror movies, I don't think. You got me with that. It's probably one obvious one I'm not thinking of. Wow. Joe, you don't find it weird that Mike has boxes of Beatles stuff coming in? I don't know if I'd say weird. I find it cool. I don't know about weird. The only thing I remember about giving my regards to Broad Street was Paul congratulating Ringo on a song and Ringo saying in return, "It's about time you noticed." I don't remember that at all. Broad Street, you can just switch off your brain and enjoy. Need a re-release in a nice deluxe light-up spool box, please. Well, I hope he gets around to doing it. I really do. I would like to have an archives collection of Broad Street. No problem with that. Okay, James has to go. Have a good day, James. There was an interesting action suspense film, Enemy of the State. I have not seen it. I do not watch, you know, disclaimer here, folks. I am not a movie completist by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, I think you got something there, Jim. It's a fantasy, but yeah. If you could choose to have been born earlier, to be in your prime when the Beatles were hitting the scene, would you change time? Yeah, probably. But I'm pretty happy being born when I was, though, too. I want that to be understood. I mean, I was alive when the Beatles were doing it. I was alive before they did Let Me Do. But it wasn't older though. Oh, there you go. Tales of Terror, 1962. There you go. Just switch off your brain and enjoy the new turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream. Never thought of it. Maybe. I just found out John Carradine played Herman Munster's boss, Mr. Gateman. Yes, indeed. Wow. Yeah, and Margaret too. Oh man. Oh, good. Can you imagine those three? I need more than an hour though. I need more than an hour to treat them right. I think I would choose to be born in say between 60 and 70, or say around 40 to 45. No, no. I always say what I was born in 1962, which is good, very good, very happy about that. If I was born, say in 1958, would have been would have been nice, you know. Or 1950 wouldn't have been bad either. Now I know everybody always says, yeah, but you would have been drafted. I'm talking about if I didn't get drafted, other than the draft, everything else. And it's funny because I said that before I noticed this comment. Yeah, yeah. Aside from the draft, I'll take everything else. I know the answer. To go back in time to see the Beatles at Shea or an intense romance with Natalie Wood. I already know the answer. Natalie Wood. Believe it or not, as much it shows you the power of women and how beautiful they are and everything. Over the beat, even hanging out with the Beatles, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't like Carnival of Souls. I thought of Carnival of Souls. I don't like the movie. So much for that. I think I've seen that Cobra Woman. I don't know how much a ticket was for Shea Stadium. I was only 3 years old at the time. Whoa. Anyway, was that record store that was 45 minutes walk from your home, excuse me, smaller or bigger than the record store where you now shoot your videos from? I mean, best as best I can remember, I would say that record store from my childhood was smaller. When and why did you decide to cut certain foods and drinks out of your diet? Well, the thing about that is, I've done it hundreds of times, Lila. What I mean is, I've cut the stuff out for a period, then I put it back in again. And that's what I've been doing for the past 30 years. Going off the wagon, going back on the wagon, going off the wagon. I haven't done it permanently. But anyway, the reason is for better health, you know, better health and weight loss. Absolutely, absolutely. Natalie, absolutely incredible looking, beautiful woman. Uh, beautiful eyes, beautiful eyes. Definitely. Yeah, Brainstorm. I've never seen Brainstorm. That was her last movie, Brainstorm. I think she was 40, then 41 or something, which is fine, man. I love older women. I mean, when I say older, I love women in their 40s. My favorite ages for women are 40s, 50s, and 60s. No lie. Uh, anyway, I saw the Grumpy Old Men movies. They're okay. I think they're overrated. I know some people don't like that term, but people think they're so great. Yeah, they're okay. And Margaret was in one of them too. Was that my taste when I was 21 as well? When I was 22, I went out with a woman who was 41 when I was 22. That seemed really old at the time. But no, when I was 21, I liked them in their 20s too. 20s. I still think women are attractive in their 20s. Of course, I still think women are attractive in their 20s and in their 30s too. But I don't know. I just feel. I guess a lot. It's also mentally. I like them mentally when they're older too. Besides this. Anyway, no. When I was 21, you know, I don't know. I think I liked them my own age and older, both, both. Thoughts on concept albums? Yeah, they're okay. If the concept is good. Yeah, well, I did. That's the thing. I didn't like. No, 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 no. I talk about older women. I didn't like Natalie Wood or Anne Margaret that early in the 50s or whatever. I liked Natalie Wood in like the 60s, 1966, like around the movie like with Tony Curtis, Sex and a Single. Was it called Sex and a Single Woman or Sex and the Married Man? Something like that. He plays a psychotherapist. Like I like them. But I like Natalie Wood when she got beyond West Side Story, beyond Splendor in the Grass, way beyond that. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Mrs. Robinson was hot. Yeah. Oh yeah. And Bancroft, sure. God, why are we talking about this? And why is nobody else here to talk about this with me? But I'm now here officially 90 minutes. I could see this. This is gonna end up. In fact, I'm thinking of ending this right now because I gotta call my mom. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I gotta call my mom for Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. So this turned out to be just a Q and I catch up with May Q and A. Hey, Q and I Q and A catch up with Mayo. Just me. So thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate it. Talk more talk tomorrow night. We're gonna talk about the Let It Be, the new release of Let It Be 2024 restoration. Going to be doing that over on the Talk More Talk YouTube channel. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Cheers. Talk soon.